Section 1.6 is titled Order of Operations. The order of operations tells you which operation to perform first when a numerical or algebraic expression contains more than one. So you know the term PEMDAS as the acronym to help you know the order of operations. That means that parentheses get taken care of first, followed by exponents, then multiplication and division, followed by addition and subtraction. And it's important to remember that multiplication is not more important than division. It doesn't come before division. Multiplication and division are done left to right. Same with addition and subtraction. You don't do all addition before subtraction, you just go from left to right. So let's simplify each expression. We have 15 minus 2 times 3 plus 1. Multiplication needs to be done before addition or subtraction, so we end up with 15 minus 6 plus 1. Now we go from left to right. 15 minus 6 is 9. Bring down the plus 1, and we get 10. Number 2, we have 12 minus 3 squared plus 10 divided by 2. We have exponents that need taken care of first, so 12 minus 9 plus 10 divided by 2. 3 squared is 9. 3 times 3. Now we need to take care of the division. 12 minus 9 plus 10 divided by 2 is 5. And now we go from left to right. 12 minus 9 is 3. Bring down the plus 5, and we get an answer of 8. In example 3, we have 8 divided by 1/2 plus 3. We have division and multiplication. Remember, multiplication is not necessarily more important than division, so we go from left to right. 8 divided by 1/2. Remember, dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So I'm going to rewrite the expression as 8 times 2 times 3. Dividing by 1/2 is the same as multiplying by 2 over 1, and 2 over 1 is just 2. So now we go from left to right. 8 times 2 is 16, and we have to bring along the times 3, and then 16 times 3 is 48. A little more complicated here. Simplify each expression. We have 5.4 minus 3 squared plus 6.2. So again, we need to take care of the squared. So 3 squared is 9 plus 6.2. Now if you take 5.4 and you subtract 9, you get a negative 3.6. Bring down the plus 6.2. We add that to negative 3.6 to get 2.6. Remember, in this bottom step here, when you are adding numbers that have different signs, you actually subtract them. So you're really taking 6.2 and subtracting 3.6. You get 2.6, and then the sign of your answer matches whichever number was bigger. 6.2 is bigger than 3.6, and the 6.2 is positive. In example 5, we have negative 20 divided by a whole bunch of stuff in a bracket here. It's negative 2 times the 4 plus 1. So PEMDAS tells us we need to start inside the parentheses with the 4 plus 1. So I'm going to rewrite the parts that I'm not messing with. 4 plus 1 is 5. Now brackets and parentheses act very similar. Typically though, we don't put multiple sets of parentheses together, so we switch it to brackets. Now I need to go inside the bracket. This is negative 2 times 5. So I have negative 20 divided by negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Now I'm going to keep that in parentheses so I don't think that that's a subtraction sign. Now we have negative 20 divided by negative 10. Well, a negative divided by a negative is a positive. 20 divided by 10 is 2. Examples are getting a little more complicated, but we still want to be simplifying, so think about your order of operations. When you have a fraction like in number 6, you need to clean up the top first and the bottom before you can actually divide. So 2 times negative 4, that's negative 8 plus 22. And on the bottom, 4 squared, that's 16 minus 9. So I need to continue to simplify on the top and the bottom. Negative 8 plus 22. Those two numbers have opposite signs, so we actually want to subtract them. 22 minus 8 is 14. And 16 minus 9 is 7. 14 over 7 reduces to 2. On number 7 here, we have vertical bars, and hopefully you remember that those are absolute value, which means that anything inside an absolute value will become positive. So first we want to take care of everything inside. We've got an exponent, so I need to take it. 4 squared is 16. Now inside the absolute value I have addition and division. I need to do the division first. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now I have 3 on the outside still. 16 plus 4 is 20. And I need to take the absolute value of 20. Well, because 20 is already positive, nothing's going to change, and this becomes 3 times 20, or 60. Let's do some evaluating when we're given a variable in the expression, and then we're told what that variable equals. So we're going to do some substituting. Number 8, we have 10 minus x times 6, and we need to evaluate that when x equals 3. So we're going to plug a 3 in, and then use our order of operations. 10 minus 18, because I do multiplication before subtraction, and 10 minus 18, if I add the opposite, or do same change, I have 10 plus a negative 18. Those numbers have opposite signs, so I need to subtract them, and my answer takes the same sign of the larger number. 18 is larger than 10, and it was negative, so my answer is negative. Number 9, 4 squared times x plus 3. So I'm going to plug in a negative 2 for x, so we have 4 squared, and then in parentheses, negative 2 plus 3. Because of the parentheses, I need to take care of that first, so 4 squared, negative 2 plus 3. Again, opposite signs, so we subtract the numbers. 3 minus 2 is 1. Now I can take care of 4 squared, and I get 16 times 1, which is 16. Hopefully you remember most of those rules. I know I went kind of fast through some of those examples, but if you're stuck on anything, make sure that you're asking me in class, and we'll work on worksheet 1-6.